value-based prioritization. The Scrum framework is driven by the goal of delivering maximum business value in a minimum time span. One of the most effective tools for delivering the greatest value in the shortest amount of time is prioritization. Prioritizing can be defined as determining the order and demarcating between what must be done now and what needs to be done later. The concept of prioritization isn't new to project management. The traditional waterfall model of project management proposes using multiple task prioritization tools. Is prioritization an integral concept in Scrum? From the project manager's point of view, prioritization is integral because certain tasks must be accomplished first to expedite the development process and achieve the project goals. Some of the traditional techniques of task prioritization include setting deadlines for delegated tasks and using prioritization matrices. Now I'll take you through another crucial concept, value-based prioritization. Scrum, however, uses value-based prioritization as one of the core principles that drives the structure and functionality of the entire Scrum framework. This concept helps projects benefit through adaptability and iterative development of the product or service. More significantly, Scrum aims at delivering a valuable product or service to the customer on an early and continuous basis. So who handles prioritization? The product owner prioritizes user stories in the prioritized product backlog. The prioritized product backlog contains a list of all the requirements needed to bring the project to fruition.
Once the product owner has received business requirements from the customer, the business requirements are written in the form of epics and user stories, a specific format for capturing requirements. The product owner works with the customer and other business stakeholders to determine which business requirements provide maximum business value. Sometimes a customer may insist that all user stories are high priority. Even a list of high priority user stories needs to have relative priorities assigned. The product owner must understand what the customer wants and values in order to arrange the user stories into a list from highest to lowest priority. This list is called the Prioritized Product Backlog and should contain all the requirements for the project. Prioritizing a backlog involves determining the criticality of each user story. High business value requirements are identified and moved to the top of the Prioritized Product Backlog. The processes in which the principle of value-based prioritization is put into practice are create prioritized product backlog and refine prioritized product backlog.
The product owner's work doesn't end here. He or she simultaneously works with the Scrum team to understand the project risks and uncertainty as they may have negative consequences associated with them. This should be taken into account while prioritizing user stories on a value-based approach. Refer to the risk chapter for more information on this. The Scrum team also alerts the product owner of any dependencies that arise out of implementation. These dependencies must be taken into account during prioritization. Prioritization may be based on a subjective estimate of the projected business value or profitability, or it can be based on results and analysis of the market using tools including, but not limited to, customer interviews, surveys, and financial models and analytical techniques. The product owner has to translate the inputs and needs of the project stakeholders to create the prioritized product backlog. That way, while prioritizing the user stories in the prioritized product backlog, 3 factors are considered: value, risk or uncertainty, and dependencies. Thus, prioritization results in deliverables that satisfy the requirements of the customer with the objective of delivering the maximum business value in the least amount of time. And with that, we conclude this session on the Scrum principle of value-based prioritization. I look forward to seeing you in the next session on the Scrum principle of time boxing. Thank you for learning with us.